I think there are many people with a great accent. One of my favorite accents is a very clean American accent. I'll let you listen to it. It's this, I think he's a doctor. Dr. Andrew Uberman. He talks about anything in your body, creatine, sleep, whatever. He's quite popular, but I really like his tone of voice. He sounds like this. So here we have Joe Rogan.
Caffeine just make you feel like you're not tired?
So this is a really cool mechanism. There's actually a trick to avoid.
So here he has that really deep, almost raspy voice, right? He almost has a raspy voice. And he says, yeah, there's a trick to this. And he speaks very fast, but he speaks very clear.
The afternoon crash. It's not a trick, it's biology. But caffeine is an adenosine antagonist.
He doesn't take breaks at the end of the sentence. He takes breaks every 3 or 4 words. He doesn't just say the sentence, then the next sentence. Because he's thinking. He is switching up, right? He is switching what he's saying because he's thinking about it.
The longer you're awake, adenosine
The longer you're awake in your bloodstream.
Caffeine essentially blocks.
Caffeine essentially, comma, space, nice spacing in between the words. Which, even though he speaks very fast, it makes it sound very good. I would almost start learning like he does.
But then when caffeine wears off, the adenosine that's still around binds to that receptor and you crash. You feel really sleepy. So one thing that
you feel really sleepy. You feel the extra intonation on really sleepy. You feel really sleepy. I don't have his voice. My voice is not that low. Like I would have to do like and you would feel really sleepy. But I can still use it as an example of what I like to listen to, right?
is when you wake up in the morning.
And if you want to go for an American accent, this is really clean American. Like anyone can understand this. He doesn't use like Gen Z shorts and words, and sometimes he spaces in the middle of a word, in the middle of a sentence.
It's a really cool mechanism. There's actually a
to
trick
give you the time to think about it. His name is Andrew Uberman. Andrew and then Uberman. Huberman. But this is like someone I like to listen to, but that doesn't mean that this is also one that works for you, right? It's different for everybody. Uberman with an H, yes.
I wake up in the morning and I want to reach for my phone.
I wake up in the morning, he takes a space before and I want to reach for my phone. He shows it in the video and I want to reach for my phone. It sounds longer.
But I know that even if I were to crank up the brightness on that phone.
But I know, space, even, emphasis. So that is how you can listen to a native speaker if you want to copy the way they speak.
Screen. It's not bright enough to trigger that cortisol spike, and for me to be at my...
And for me too, he's thinking about it, he's taking the breaks, not using filler words. He's just thinking how to put his thoughts into words.
Most alert and focused throughout the day and to optimize my sleep at night. So what I do is I get out of...
So, he uses so at the end of the sentence, then makes a new sentence. So, what I do...
bed, and I go outside, and if it's a...
And I go outside, outside, and I go outside.
The sun is low in the sky, or the sun is, starting to get overhead, what we call low solar angle, and I know...
He is showing again, he's talking about the sun angle, he's using his hands to visualize what he is speaking about, so it also helps.
Outside at the right time. If there's cloud cover and I can't see the sun, I also know I'm doing a good thing, because it turns out, especially on cloudy days, you want to get outside and get as much light energy or photons in your eyes. But let's say it's a...
You hear the breaks in between? Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Very clear day.
It really depends what you like. This is a guy I could listen to for a long time, because I think his voice is very nice and it's a very good voice to listen to. But there are more people just like this. Like I said, if you want to go for British English, you have English with Lucy. And she is great. Her pronunciation is such a clean London accent. It's really just nice to listen to, right? If you're a girl.
Hello, lovely students, and welcome back.
Hello, lovely students, and welcome back to English with Lucy.
Have you ever
Have you ever heard? Have you ever heard? Right? It really depends on what you're looking for.
child's mind is
A child's mind. A child's mind.
like a sponge?
Like a sponge. Like she is also showing it with her hands, right? So I'm just giving you how you can listen to these native speakers to improve your own accent. This is how you mimic. It's not just they are saying this, I am saying that. It's really like, okay, I'm paying attention to the spaces, to the intonations, to the movement of the body. That is mimicking.
New skills and pick up languages without you.
And pick up languages. That's what she does. To emphasize her words, to pick up languages. Emphasis. I use emphasis with my hands normally too. Although I'm not an Italian, I don't do everything with my hands, but I do use my hands sometimes.
Even trying too hard. Well, it's actually true.
Well, it's actually true. She turns her head like this, like she's innocent. Well, it's actually true.
Now, I'm going to assume that most of you aren't 5 years old anymore, which means
Anymore. I like the British accent, it's so nice. But those are people you can listen to, right? If you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't really matter. And there's people that you like to listen to and people you don't like to listen to. If you're like, I always watch movies like this, or I really like this series. Who in this series makes me want to watch it? And how do they sound like? You also have very popular non-native English teachers like Lingua Marina. Also
Hey guys, welcome
great.
to Lingua Marina. Today I will give you your study plan to go from intermediate to advanced in English.
From intermediate to advanced in English, space, 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 not a space at the end of the sentence. Space, space, space.
As a language learner who's been learning English for a number of years now, I understand that it's really hard to improve your language. Starting with upper intermediate, advanced, because those improve.
Upper intermediate, advanced. It really depends on what you like to listen to. Those are just the examples. You can YouTube, okay? I can't give you all the specific one you are looking for. But just look around. What do I like to listen to? What do they say? Can I try and mimic them?